I just came back home, and what is this? Why is your side of the house in a complete mess? It's as if a hurricane ripped through and caused havoc. The stairs! I told you to hoover it! We just bought a new Dyson Hoover for you, specifically so that you can keep this house dust-free. Use it! Do you even have any idea how much that thing cost us? And what's all this dust at the entrance? I almost had a coughing fit as soon as I walked through that door. Clean this up! Immediately! Are you trying to kill me here? And just because I don't come to this part of the house much, that doesn't mean you can slack off on the housework, all right? My son deserves to live in a clean and healthy environment. A clean home makes space for a clean mind. And the Andersons live by that. Now, if you've read this message, get to cleaning already! Hi, Janet. It's Mrs. Anderson to you! I told you before. Sorry, Mrs. Anderson. How was it seeing your friends? It was great until I came back to this! I tried to do the cleaning. I honestly did what I could until I had to lie down for a minute. It's really exhausting to do the cleaning, especially the stairs, actually, with me and this big belly. The Dyson works great, but it's probably not designed for pregnant women. You ungrateful cow! We paid that for you! I know, sorry. I wasn't trying to complain. I'll use it. Thank you very much. Good. Now stop making lame excuses for getting out of doing the housework. When I was pregnant with both Greg and Alexandra, I did absolutely everything around the house. With no help whatsoever. So if I can do it, then so can you. It just takes a bit of willpower, and only God knows if you have it in you. Because I certainly don't see any. Now get to it, please. I'm not sitting around all day to stay in this dirty house. No, but really, it's too much strenuous work for me. Lily, just bring the Dyson and carpet roller and I'll be waiting by the stairs. I'll be the judge as for whether you can do this or not. Hurry up, we don't have all day. Mrs. Anderson, you asked me to get some groceries for you a few hours ago. You texted me while you were still seeing your friends. So I'm at the supermarket now, and I'm still looking for the items on the list you sent me. I only got here around 5 minutes ago. So I won't be back for another hour or so. Ah, of course. I do remember that now. Well then, what can we do? I'll do my best to get back home ASAP. Good. And get me that tub of vanilla ice cream, with the almond bits that I like. Sure. Lily, some news for you. It's regarding my daughter Alexandra. She'll be staying with us for a while as of tomorrow. I want you to clean the house before she comes over, okay? Hi, Mrs. Anderson. That's great that Alexandra will be here. I haven't seen her in a while. How long is she staying for? We don't know yet. She hasn't told me. But she seems to be having a bit of trouble with her husband and his family. So I'll talk to her and see what's that about when she gets here. So in the meantime, just keep the place clean and comfortable for her, all right? Did something happen? I told you I don't know. All I know is that she filed for a divorce because of her awful relationship with her husband and mother-in-law. Apparently, the mother-in-law is quite the obnoxious troublemaker. All right. Well, I can sympathize with Alexandra already. What did you say? Nothing. But a divorce? Gosh, that sounds bad. I know. Isn't it awful? Only 2 years into the marriage, and look at the state we're in already. This is unbelievable. And my poor baby. She must be so upset with that witch of a mother-in-law. Sure. Anyway, I need you to clean her room for her, okay? Right, but her room is in that huge one? Upstairs at the corner on your side of the house, right? Well, yes, of course. That's where it is, isn't it? Honestly, I question your stupidity sometimes. Right. It's just that I haven't been there since she showed me her room, and that was years ago, so... And besides, she has the biggest room out of both of our houses. That's a pretty big room to clean. Then you'd better get started on it right away. But if she hasn't been back for 2 years, then surely there's not much cleaning to do in there, right? Does it really need cleaning? Of course it does. It's been 2 years and no one has gone in there. I don't even want to know how much dust has accumulated there. And you want me, a pregnant person, to clean it. With all of that dust. Just wear a mask, for goodness sake. I'll give you one if you need it. But that's hardly the point. I really can't be doing things like that at this stage. What if I breathe in the dust and choke? What if I run out of breath and faint? What if I trip? Honestly, anything could happen. I'm in my last few weeks of pregnancy, Mrs. Anderson. If you could understand that the stakes are high here, I'd really appreciate it. Jesus almighty. How much more dramatic can you be? Are the pregnancy hormones getting you that much? Oh, I see what this is. Are you trying to get away without cleaning again? No, I'm not trying to do that at all. I told you that when I was pregnant, I did absolutely everything by myself. I did it all the way up until the moment I gave birth. And even after the delivery, I was up and running about taking care of my household. You women in this generation have been spoon-fed too much. You need to learn what hard work is like. Pregnant or not, there are no exceptions to keeping a house in order. But I really can't move much. It takes me forever just to stand up from the couch. I'm so swollen and everything. The couch? Have you been sitting there all day again? Well, I have to. Oh, my lord. Why, you... total bimbo! No wonder you were born blonde. I really don't know what pregnancy was like for you. But isn't it a different experience for every single woman out there? Yours might have been the way you say it was. But mine is totally different. I don't think it's right to force your pregnant daughter-in-law to do the things that you may have been capable of doing. And I don't think it's right to disobey your mother-in-law either. Whose son do you think you married, huh? Who do you think allowed you to marry my son? Whose idea was it to live in this duplex? It was me. All me. The least you could do is keep it clean, Lily. I'm sorry, but this is never going to end. There isn't any point to me retaliating. I want to prioritize my baby that's growing inside of me and one that's about to come out in a few days. That's all. And that's it. I'm not going to do anything but take a deep breath and put my feet up for the rest of the day. What? You did not just tell me that you were going to bum around in our house. Lily! Lily, I knew I hadn't seen you all day. You've locked yourself inside your bedroom now, have you? You really think you can spread your wings while Greg is away on his business trip, don't you? Do you think you're the queen or something here? That you're free to do whatever you please, whenever it suits you? Come out of your bedroom, Lily. I said come out! Come out! Don't make me break down that door and force you out of there, Lily. Right. You've had your last chance. You've given me no choice. You'd better fix up the door and get a new lock after this. This is on you! All on you, Lily! Lily! I was nice enough to let that slide, but I will seriously break down that door if you don't come out of that room. Lily! Alexandra is about to arrive, and you'd better have cleaned everything by then. Come out, I'm telling you! Now! You do realize that I've had to cook breakfast and lunch all by myself since you locked yourself in your room all day, right? You better not make me have to cook my own dinner, too! Come out and get moving! For God's sake. Hello? Answer me, you fat, ugly slob! Lily! Right. I'm going out to get some food and drinks for Alexandra and myself. Nothing for you. You don't deserve anything. You'd better be downstairs cleaning by the time I come back. In fact, no. You better have finished everything by the time I come back. She's coming home, and I'm not going to let her see the house in this state of a mess here. Lily! For God's sake! You don't even hear me talking to you through that loud music in your room, do you? You're in so much trouble, young lady. I'm leaving, so you better start cleaning! Lily! Look at the snow out here! Look at it! It's practically a blizzard out here. And I only wore normal shoes for this. I wasn't prepared to walk in the snow with these. I need to watch out not to slip and fall. Oh gosh. My hands are going to be tied once I walk out of the store. Alexandra texted me telling me she was going to get home soon. I told her that her room wasn't ready yet. I mean, how can I lie about it? You didn't clean it up at all! And she was kind enough to tell me not to worry. That she can clean it up herself. She's such an angel. You still haven't done anything, have you? You've been ignoring my messages all day long. I won't stand for this irrational behavior from you much longer, you know. This is going to be my last straw, Lily. For God's sake! Lily! Don't make me say this for the 100th time. Why are you still locked up in your room? Turn off the music! What are you doing in there? Come out already! I see the lights on in there. I'm not stupid. Don't think for a minute that just because I stepped out for a minute that I don't know what's going on here. Are you still ignoring me? Lily, for God's sake. This is the last straw. I've had it with you. There. And that's how to get rid of a useless, ungrateful daughter-in-law. I saw you walk into the garden shed. Now stay there until you're ready to do what I tell you to do. I've got the keys now, so I'm the only one who can let you out of that shed. And don't you try breaking down that door. Unless you're willing to pay for it, of course. If you like staying locked up in your room that much, then being locked up in a shed should make no difference. Stay there and think about what you've done. Text me when you're ready to apologize and get the cleaning and cooking done in here. Gosh, I didn't expect the snow to pile up this much, you know. But oh well, it does make for a beautiful sight, doesn't it, Lily? Anyway, how is the shed treating you, huh? Ready to come out and apologize to me now. I'll be honest with you, Lily. I thought you would have texted me last night begging me to open the door for you. You're being very stubborn, aren't you? What? Hi, Mrs. Anderson. Sorry for my late reply. I've been back at my parents' home since 2 days ago. I totally forgot to check my messages from you. I forgot to unmute you. So sorry. How have you been? What? No! Lily, what did you just tell me? Where are you now? My parents' house, like I said. How come? You're a liar and a stubborn, lazy, useless idiot now, are you? I just saw you in the shed taking your nap or whatever. But I'm at my parents' house, I told you. You've regained your consciousness now, have you? You need to stay there until you apologize. Ever heard of cryotherapy? That's a special type of skin treatment where you go into the extreme cold to rejuvenate your skin. Think of it like that. Mrs. Anderson? This isn't making any sense. If I were left in that shed in this freezing weather, do you think I could be texting you now? Well, why not? Because it's probably like -10 degrees in there? So who's in there right now then? I don't know, but I would go and check if I were you. Maybe you can take your husband there, if he's with you? I wouldn't go alone, because by the sounds of it, there might be a dead body in there. A dead... What? No! Stop being so barbaric! Sure, but I go and check ASAP either way. Don't tell me what to do! I was going to go there myself anyway. Okay. Well, please tell me who's in there when you find out. Thanks. What? Why? Why, Lily? Why the heck did you leave this place and go back to your parents' home? Hi again, Mrs. Anderson. I heard from your husband that it was Alexandra in there. I am so sorry to hear that. I'm so devastated. I thought you were locked up in your room all day today. I banged on the door and no one answered. I was so sure it was you in there. Right. I was texting you all along and you didn't even reply to my messages. You could have told me that it was her in your room earlier. And none of this would have happened. Alexandra told me that she'd be using my room. Well, if you had cleaned her room up before she came, then she would have gone straight to her own room instead. So this is all your fault. Well, if you had talked to her properly, you'd probably know where she was and what she was doing. And besides, she said she wanted to surprise you by getting there early and sneaking up to my room to hide in there for a while. I guess that didn't go as planned. But then why would she end up in the shed when that was meant to be you? I honestly have no idea about that. Maybe she wanted to look for something in the shed? That's really the best idea I can come up with. Oh dear Lord. She needs to wake up! I take her at the hospital now? Yes. She's been sleeping. She had a concussion. She probably hurt herself in the shed, seeing as the light doesn't work in there. Oh, good Lord! Why didn't she tell me that she was coming home earlier? If only she did, then none of this would have happened. Well, I'm just surprised that you didn't notice. Weren't her shoes in the entrance? Or her suitcase? I didn't notice any of that. She probably took her suitcase to your room. She was probably sleeping in there all that time. And her shoes? Well, no. I didn't notice. I thought the shoe area looked normal. Yeah, and also, I heard she's gained a bit of weight. I mean, no offense, but she said so herself to me the other day. She told me that she doesn't mind it, though. Though it has its perks, like her feeling sleepier more often. Maybe that's why she didn't answer you when you were banging on the door. She was too deep in her sleep. Yes, well, she has always been a deep sleeper, but... Oh gosh. I didn't even recognize her in the shed when I walked by. She really looked like you with your baby bump. But it must have just been her getting bigger. Oh gosh. Oh God! And to think it was her lying there all along! I don't know what to say. I feel bad about all of this. And you should! That should have been you in there! Not her! Well, if it were me, you would have killed me and my baby. There's no way that a pregnant woman could have survived more than a few hours in that shed. Especially with that amount of snow outside. Why did it have to be my daughter? Oh God. Why didn't you tell me you were going to leave this house? I did, though. You were watching TV and you responded when I said I was leaving for Bellingham. So I thought you knew. I even got my parents to come and pick me up from the house. They did? Yes, I couldn't possibly go there on my own with this belly. They wanted to say hi to you, but you weren't in the best of moods, so I told them not to. Oh, they really came here? Yes, they rang the doorbell and everything. You must have been really fixed on the TV screen, whatever you were watching. Damn it. It must have been when I was watching The View. You know I don't like to be disturbed while watching that show. Anyway, I'm sorry that you mistook your own daughter for me. It's too bad that you didn't recognize her, but I guess you hadn't seen her in 2 years. I'm also sorry that she's had to end up in hospital, all because you thought you were punishing me by throwing me in the shed. Oh, God. Stop that! I can sense that sarcastic tone in you. Why is this happening to me? And my poor baby. Oh, God. She must be in so much pain. Oh, and I heard that the reason for her divorce wasn't really her mother-in-law who presumably treated her badly. But in fact, I heard it was the opposite. What do you mean? Alexandra was the one who was bullying her own mother-in-law. Apparently, she thought she could boss his mother around and made her do all the chores. She called her names, intentionally cooked bad food for her, etc. And her husband just got sick of it. He was here at the hospital briefly a while ago, so I spoke to him. You spoke to Derek? Yeah, he's a nice guy. Oh, God. To me, it makes sense. Like mother, like daughter. You and Alexandra both like to treat in-laws in the most barbaric ways possible. What? No! I'm only trying to discipline you, and she's probably innocent. Wow. I think someone might be in denial now, too. Shut up! Just shut up! You don't know her like I do. You have no right to speak about the both of us. Well, if you knew your daughter so well, couldn't you have spotted that it was her in the shed and not me? Just shut up, Lily! The apple doesn't fall far from the tree after all. I'm not listening to you blab on anymore. When are you coming back home? Sorry? When are you going to come back here? Oh, I'm not. What? I'm staying put right here until I give birth and a few weeks after that, too. Greg agrees with it, and my parents are more than happy to have me here. No! You have to come back here and make this house spotless! This again? We've been over this many times, Mrs. Anderson. Please just do it yourself for once. I've got to go. No, Lily! Come back here! Who's going to do the housework here? What about my meals? Lily! You useless cow! Shortly after this incident, I gave birth to a wonderful baby girl with the most adorable eyes and drooping chubby cheeks. Looking into her big eyes and to see her smile and make all of these movements and sounds is nothing but a joy. What happened at the house was really horrible, and I still can't get over it, but this little angel right here, she's totally worth it. I'd be lying if I said that the last few days hadn't been quite stressful for me. But luckily, and finally, the worst is over. Now I'm just so relieved that everything is out of my system. Mrs. Anderson is far away, and I don't have to listen to her never-ending demands anymore. Boy, was it hard carrying something so heavy for the past 9 months. I just can't wait to get back into shape and start a new chapter of my life with my new, growing family. As for Mrs. Anderson, she said she had to make a number of visits to the police station to explain everything and was penalized with a hefty fine. Alexandra is awake, and she seemed to have lost a few pounds from being on an IV drip for a few days. But that should do her some good, at least. And that's it. I'm about to go home and start an amazing life with my new baby. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like it and see you in the next one.
Hey Sam, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to be late today. I need to stay late to finish up some work I've been putting off. I know we promised to eat dinner together tonight, but I won't be able to join. Are you okay with grabbing something on your own?
Yeah, that's totally fine. I actually have to stay late in the office too. Something came up.
Oh, really? But didn't you say last night that you were going home early today?
Yeah, I did. I did want to go home early tonight, but I got into the office today and was swamped with a lot of work. That new manager keeps piling work on me. I wonder if he doesn't like me. Anyway, I want to finish everything before the weekend. I don't want it to drag on. So I may be home a little later than you tonight, actually.
Oh, really? But you said that you were going to do the laundry tonight. There's so much dirty laundry piled up from this week.
Hey, Jenna, don't worry about it. We can do the laundry tomorrow. It's the weekend.
Yeah, but Saturday is my day to do the laundry, and you said you would do it today, and today is your day to do the laundry.
Oh, that's right. Whoops. Sorry, I forgot.
Are you being serious right now? We talked about this. How we will share the housework since we both work. You can't just bail on me like this all the time. I always end up cleaning the house and taking care of all the housework since you don't do it.
But Jenna, you're so much better than me at doing the laundry and cleaning the house. You always end up having to clean up after me anyway.
That is not the point here, Sam. You have to put in your work to keep the house clean too. I can't do everything. Oh, and you stopped cooking for me? You used to cook a few times a week when we got married, but now we mostly get takeout or delivery. I really miss your cooking, Sam.
I know, I'm sorry. But work has just been so busy lately, I just don't have time to cook. Oh hey, but I promise that I'll cook more after this month. Work will be less busy then, I promise. And I'll make sure to put in my effort to clean the house and cook more.
Really? Do you promise?
Yes, I promise. I'm sorry for being so busy lately.
Well, okay. But I guess I have been pretty busy lately, too.
Yeah, come to think of it, you haven't asked me to come home early lately. What is up with that?
Well, even if I ask you to come home early, you're never due anyway.
Well, that may be true, but I also think it's because you've also been busy with work. You haven't been bothered whether I come home early or not.
Well, not really. I haven't been that busy.
What? Are you kidding me? When you're home early and bored, you message me to come home early. But when you're busy, you don't message me at all.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize I was doing that. Hey, babe, I have to head out to lunch now.
What? Are you avoiding this conversation right now?
No, I'm not avoiding this conversation. But enjoy the rest of your day, Sam. We'll talk later.
Okay, fine. Enjoy the rest of your day too, babe. Don't overwork yourself. Jenna, I am so sorry. I have to work on the 24th.
Are you kidding me? That's Christmas Eve. Plus, isn't that a Saturday? You have to work on a weekend?
Yeah. One of our top clients invited me and some of the other colleagues to a dinner.
Ugh, why would your client have a dinner party on Christmas Eve? I can't believe this.
Apparently, he just recently broke up with his girlfriend and doesn't want to be alone on Christmas Eve. It's only me and a couple of the others on the team who can go. The other members have kids and they want to be home on Christmas Eve to play Santa. And the others have girlfriends, so they can't just leave them alone on Christmas Eve, you know?
So people with girlfriends don't need to go, but you thought it would be okay to volunteer yourself? With a wife at home? How nice of you to be so considerate of your other coworkers.
Wait, are you mad?
No, I'm not mad. I guess you can't help it if it's work.
Wait, you sound really mad right now. I'm really sorry, Jenna. I'll make it up to you on Christmas Day. Or we'll do something really special, just the two of us, I promise.
Well, I would have been really upset if you were also busy on Christmas Day too. Fine, you can go to the dinner with your client and your coworkers on the 24th.
Aw, thank you. Jenna, thank you so much for being so understanding. I promise to be home early.
I doubt that. I'll take your word for it.
I'll do my best. I'll let them know that my wife is waiting at home.
Whatever. Stop being sorry. So I guess you'll be having dinner with them, right? I'm not going to make anything for dinner, so make sure to eat out.
Yeah, I'll have dinner out with my coworkers. But hey, let's do something really special on the 25th and go out to a fancy restaurant. And don't worry, I will get you the best Christmas present ever. Be excited.
I don't know what restaurant would be open on Christmas Day, but sure.
By the way, have you been going through our stuff? It seems like you've been doing a lot of organizing. Plus, I noticed you put some stuff up on Craigslist to give away. Is this your way of, relieving stress or something?
Well, we have so much stuff in this house. I can't take 2 steps without tripping over something. I can't stand all this clutter. I wanted to start cleaning and get rid of some things before it piles up even more. Since we both work, I know it'd be hard to do a big spring cleaning in the actual spring. I wanted to get a head start.
Oh, that is such a great idea, babe. Thanks for always thinking ahead of things. Oh, you're the best. I'll help you with cleaning and sorting out stuff on my day off, too. It's the least I can do.
Thanks, hon, but I won't take your word for it, so just save your breath.
Ouch. That was a bit harsh, don't you think? Here I am offering some help. Oh, wait, I know, you're pissed, right? About me having plans on Christmas Eve?
No, I'm not pissed. Stop bringing it up.
Are you sure? I mean, I have been coming home late from work these days too and haven't been there for you lately. And I've been slacking on the house chores. You do have a right to be mad at me right now.
Well, it's not like it's been any different from before.
See? You're being so cold to me right now.
What? No, I'm not. It's all in your head, Sam. And there's nothing we can do about Christmas Eve now. It's already been settled, so stop bringing it up. Sam, just focus on what you have to do and don't worry about what I have been up to, okay?
Oh, okay, if you say so, if you put it that way. Honestly, how did I get so lucky to be with such an understanding wife like you, Jenna? You're so amazing. Thank you for always being so supportive of me. Hey, I just want to finish up some more work in the office and I'll head right home. Do you want me to pick up anything on my way home?
Okay, yeah, I'll see you at home. No need to pick anything up. I'm good. Thanks for asking. Hey, hun, just be careful on your way home.
Jenna, hi dear. Where are you right now? It's an emergency.
Hi, Eileen. I'm at home right now watching a show on TV. What's the emergency? Is everything okay?
Sam has been in an accident. He's been rushed to the hospital. Did you get a call from the hospital?
Oh, yeah, that. Yes, of course. I got the message.
Then what are you doing at home sitting on the couch? Come to the hospital right this instant. How can you be at home watching TV when your husband is lying on the hospital bed unconscious? I can't believe this. He is in critical condition, dear. You need to be here for him.
Eileen, I'm sorry, but I won't be able to make it to the hospital. First, I want to finish the show on TV, and then I have to finish packing. I have so much packing before the move.
What? Packing? You're moving? What are you saying? You're packing during a time like this? What are you saying, Jenna?
I know exactly what I'm saying. This is the perfect timing for packing.
Are you feeling overwhelmed since your husband has been in an accident? Are you okay? Are you thinking straight?
Yes, I'm completely fine, Eileen. More than fine, to be honest, actually. I'm not the slightest bit worried right now.
What are you saying? How can you not be worried about your husband who is unconscious? Are you okay if you never see your beloved husband ever again?
That's right. I don't ever want to see his face ever again. I'm sorry to be blunt like this.
You don't ever want to see his face? I am not following, dear. What are you saying right now? How can you be so cruel with your words? You're the perfect couple your friends have always envied you two, and the relationship you and Sam have. What's going on? Did you two have a fight? Yes, that must be it. That shouldn't stop you from coming to the hospital right now. You need to put that behind you and be here for him.
Eileen, listen. Didn't you hear that he wasn't the only one in the accident? That there was another person who was in the accident with him? A woman was in the car with him.
Yes, honey, yes. They told me that there was another woman in the accident, that she was in the passenger seat. They told me it was his co-worker.
Don't you think that's a bit odd? Think about it. Today is Christmas Eve. He wasn't supposed to be working. He told me he didn't have to work. And plus, Sam told me he had dinner with one of his clients, and that's why he couldn't spend time with me tonight. But why? Why would he be alone in the car with a female coworker?
Well, maybe. Maybe they had planned to go to the client dinner together, or maybe he's just happened to pick her up on his way there.
Eileen, I'm really sorry for bringing this all up right now. I know it's not the best timing, considering the situation.
Jenna, what is going on, dear? Do you know something? Did something happen between you two? Something doesn't seem right.
Eileen, I really am sorry for bringing this up right now, but listen carefully. That woman who was also in the accident is the woman he's been cheating on me with.
What? What are you saying right now? She is the woman my son has been having an affair with? My son has been cheating on you? What are you saying? I really can't comprehend.
Eileen, it's not that difficult to understand. It's simple. Sam has been cheating on me with that woman. Actually, the affair has been going on for a while now.
Are you sure? Are you 100% positive that Sam has been cheating on you?
Yes, 100%. I hired a detective and had Sam followed for a few months now. I have all the evidence I need to confirm this affair, and yeah, unfortunately, it was just as I suspected.
What? I can't believe this. He was so in love with you. He said that you were the best thing that could ever happen to him. How could he do this?
I know. This has been really hard for me. I never thought he would cheat on me. It makes me so angry just to think he even made plans with this woman on Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve is such a special day for us. I can't believe he would make plans with another woman. He has really just betrayed my trust and crossed the line. I can't even put down in words how enraged I feel. I had the detective tail Sam all day today, so I know all about this client dinner with his female coworker. It wasn't a client dinner at all, but a very romantic date.
Oh dear. This is giving me such a headache. I am just lost for words.
Anyway, so I won't be visiting the hospital today. I am not obligated to do anything for him anymore. I am so sorry, Eileen. I hope you understand how I'm feeling. You've honestly been such a great mother-in-law to me. You cared for me as if I was your real daughter, and I will never forget that.
Oh, no, of course, sweetie. You've been such an angel, and my irresponsible, good-for-nothing son really did not deserve you.
And I am really sorry for dropping all of this on you today of all days. I'm sure you didn't want to hear about your son's affair while he was fighting for his life. Even though he's the dirtbag for cheating, he's still your son. I am so sorry. But yeah, this is why I really can't go to the hospital to see him.
Of course, honey. That's fine. Thank you for clearing up the situation. Oh, I'm at a loss for words about my son's actions, but I cannot blame you for not coming to the hospital today. Don't be hard on yourself, dear. You don't need to feel bad for not being here. I fully understand where you're coming from.
Thank you, Eileen. Thank you for understanding.
I can't see what will happen with Sam right now, but I will make sure to have him make up for everything. If he does wake up, he will need to repent for this mistake for the rest of his life.
Hey, Jenna, why won't you come visit me in the hospital? I am so bored without you here. You know I can't use my legs, so it's so boring having to just lay in the hospital bed all day long. Why won't you come visit me? Aw, Jenna, I want to see you. Please come visit me.
Oh, hey, Sam. I heard your recovery is going pretty well.
Jenna, you finally responded. How come you've been ignoring all my messages? I sent you so many messages. Did you see any of them?
Sorry, Sam. I've been pretty busy.
What do you mean you've been busy? Your husband was in a car accident and was hospitalized, and you couldn't even come visit? What could be more important than visiting your injured husband in the hospital? My mom and even the nurses told me that you didn't come visit even once. What is up with that? Did you even want me to wake up from my coma?
Of course I did.
Then why didn't you come visit? Also, there were so many things that I needed to get from the house, and I had to ask Mom for them since you weren't reading my messages. And Mom would just reply, "Sorry, I can't help you." What is up with the both of you? Here I am, stuck in the hospital by myself, and neither of you were considerate enough to help me out.
I want to get a divorce.
What? What are you saying? Why? Is it because I got into an accident and won't ever walk again? Is it because you'll have to push me around in a wheelchair for the rest of your life? Oh, that is low, Jenna. How can you be so cold like this? I never knew you could be this cruel, Jenna.
No, that's not why I want to get a divorce. Listen carefully. It's because you've been cheating on me.
What? What are you saying?
You were cheating on me, right?
What? Why would you say something like that?
Yeah, so I started noticing a few months ago when you started acting a bit shady from time to time. You started staying late in the office all of a sudden, when you never used to work overtime, and then you started saying you had to work on weekends, when in the past you would always get angry when you had to work events on weekends. So I had my suspicions, and I hired a detective to follow you around to see what you were really up to.
Wait, you hired a detective to follow me? From when?
from around early December, I guess. And yeah, lo and behold, that's how I confirm my suspicions about you cheating on me. And so I've been getting ready to leave you for the past few weeks now.
Is that why you've been going through all our stuff and throwing them out?
Yep, that's right. You catch on pretty fast, Sam. Good for you. But I want you to know, I was really upset that we couldn't spend Christmas Eve together. You know how special that day is to me. On that day, I had the detective tail you, and that's how I found out you were on a date with the other woman. I was really heartbroken and angry, too. How could you do that to me, Sam? And then you got into that accident. It was as if the universe was watching over me and punishing you for your actions. I'm sorry to say, but you really got what you deserve, Sam.
Oh wait, Jenna, I'm so sorry. I was being stupid.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I was just having fun with my coworker. She doesn't mean anything to me. I don't have any real feelings for her. I'll end it today. I won't ever speak to her ever again. She was having some problems with her boyfriend, and she just wouldn't stop asking for my advice. Then one thing led to another, and...
So you're saying you were tricked into having this affair?
Yeah, that's right. Jenna, listen, I really wasn't into it at all. I've been wanting to end it for weeks. But we were working on the same project, and I didn't want to be rude, and I didn't want it to be awkward at work if I ended things,
Sam, really? Are you going to keep lying to me?
What do you mean? I am telling you the truth.
Sam, your mom hacked your phone for me, so I know about all the conversations you've been having with her.
What? Are you being for real right now?
Yeah, she forwarded me all the conversations you had with her. Yeah, like how you messaged her saying someday let's get married, you and me, and we can start a beautiful family together. Oh, and one of my favorites, your conversations about how to end things with me so you two could end up together.
No, oh my gosh, Jenna, I was just going along with the conversation. I wasn't being serious.
I know that you bought that woman a Louis Vuitton purse for Christmas, and how you two were laughing about how you just bought me a pair of socks, which, by the way, are actually really warm, so it was really a great Christmas present. Anyway, what was that line you said to her every night? Oh, that's right. You are the most important person in my life, more than my wife. I can't wait to be with you. Really memorable, Sam.
No, Jenna, I didn't mean any of that. You gotta believe me.
Even if you didn't mean it, you didn't have to go around saying all those things to her. You know what, Sam? I'm actually scared of you right now. I'm really at a loss of words on how you could just fool around and sleep with another woman, but when you come home, you'll sleep next to me in our bed and act like everything is normal. Do you have, multiple personalities? How did you even manage to do that? That's some real acting skills, Sam. Oh, and now you tell me to believe you that you weren't really into the affair? I don't know what to believe anymore. Everything was a lie between us.
I know this isn't anything you want to hear, and I know it won't make any difference. But to be honest, Lindsay is nothing compared to you. She's disorganized at work and thinks the guy needs to pay for everything. Oh, and she is so selfish, and she has everyone cleaning up after her. She's never even done the dishes and doesn't even know how to use a vacuum cleaner.
Stop, stop, stop! Why are you telling me all this? I really don't need to hear this. Do you think hearing all this would make me feel any better?
Sorry. I just wanted you to know how much better you were than Lindsay. That you don't even compare.
Ugh, I can't believe you went for a low-life woman like that. How do you think that makes me feel? But I guess she had a pretty face and a nice body, right? That's what matters, right?
No, Jenna, you've got it all wrong. Jenna, you are the best of the best. You're a goddess, Jenna. No woman can compare to you.
Then why on earth did you cheat on me? How could you cheat on me with this selfish, non-appreciating woman like her?
Sorry, it just happened. One thing's led to another.
If it was just a one-night stand, I may have been able to forgive you, but it wasn't just one night between you two. You had dinner with her every weeknight after work, and then you'd go over to her place? It definitely looked like you were really enjoying yourself, Sam.
Yeah, but you got it all wrong, Jenna. I don't plan on spending the rest of my life with Lindsay. I want to be with you.
Yeah, you're just saying that now because you need someone to take care of you since you'll be in a wheelchair for the rest of your life, right? Yeah, the doctors told me you won't be able to walk ever again. Plus, that woman is still in a coma, right? Who's going to take care of you now?
No, I really want to be with you, Jenna. Please, listen to me. I want to spend the rest of my life with you and only you. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. There is no other woman I want to be with. Please, please believe me. Remember how I was always complimenting you for being the best wife? How you don't compare with any other women?
Don't make me laugh. You just wanted someone who would take care of the hard work so you can run along and sleep around with other women. Yeah, you said to that woman that I'm someone who has a career and can support myself, and someone who's good at cooking and cleaning the house. In your own words to that woman, Jenna is a thick-headed, dumb wife who can take care of herself so that I can spend my nights with you. Isn't that what you said?
Jenna, I never meant anything I said to Lindsay. You've got to believe me.
Even if it weren't the truth? I don't want to be with someone who could say such an awful thing. I am leaving you, and there's nothing you can say to change my mind.
What? You can't just leave me? I'm gonna be spending the rest of my life in a wheelchair and you're gonna leave me? I said I'm sorry and I will make up for everything. Please, can you forgive me?
You deserve everything. Don't come crying to me because you can't walk. Plus, you're the one to leave me.
Jenna, no, I never left you. I made a vow to spend my whole life with you, for better or for worse.
Oh, just shut it. Stop crying to me when you're in trouble. I may have been the best wife to you, but you were the worst husband in history. You don't help out around the house, you were having an affair, and on top of that, you got in a car accident and can't use your legs anymore. How worse of a husband can anyone get? After some time, I finalized my divorce. I thought it'd take some time for Sam to sign the divorce papers, but surprisingly, that process went smoothly and he signed them almost right away. I'm sure my mother-in-law stepped in and persuaded him to sign them. Thank you, Eileen. Who knows what he's going to do, but honestly, it's none of my business anymore. I hope that after all this, Sam will live a long and dreadful life and regret that moment he decided to have that affair. Everything is going to be downhill from here. And hopefully he'll learn to repent for everything he's done. As for me, I've moved into a nice new place and started a new life while Sam was in the hospital. There were so many crazy events, from finding out about the affair to that date on Christmas Eve and to the car accident. Man, but you know what? I finally feel settled and feel like I can move on with my life. To be honest though, I was really devastated when I found out about my ex-husband's affair, since he was someone who I deeply trusted. It's been a real struggle since now I have developed some trust issues. But I know I cannot linger on this feeling forever, and I must move on, have a fresh new start. I have to keep my head up and stay positive. And you know what? I heard that my mother-in-law has cut off all ties with Sam since he's been discharged. She said that she's not going to help him out with the slightest bit, since Sam deserved everything that's happened to him. I can't believe she actually said that to him. I have gained another level of respect for my mother-in-law. I really miss her. I hope to lead an independent life and be strong like her as I move on with my life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more videos.
Alice, I'm going to be late coming home again tonight. Don't worry about preparing my dinner. I don't need it. Don't tell me you have another drinking party with your coworkers again today. I do. Is that a problem? Why do I get the feeling that you're judging me a bit? Aren't you drinking a bit too much recently? It's been nearly every day. You're hungover every morning, and to be honest, that's not good for your health. It might be a good idea to give your liver a rest for at least a day.
There's nothing I can do about that. You know the people I manage come to me for advice and often use it as a pathway to ask me to take them out to eat. As their manager, I can't refuse that request. It's not easy being the popular one in the office that everyone likes.
Yeah, but it doesn't end with you just taking them out to eat, does it? On top of that, your numbers didn't come back looking so good after your last health assessment. You really need to relax on your drinking. Even the doctor said so. Why don't you listen a bit? Isn't it good enough that you take them for food? Drinks aren't always necessary. Every time you take them, it costs money, and to be honest, the amount you've been spending has been too much. I know it's probably difficult for them to afford to pay, but we have our own bills and such to pay as well. Please try to consider our household finances.
Isn't keeping track of the household finances your job? Why are you bothering me with that? Make sure you're saving and calculating properly.
I'm asking you to do it for a reason. We will need a lot of money for Ashley once it's time to admit her to the high school we have in mind.
What? How is that the case when we are planning to send her to a public school? It's not private. We don't need money for that.
Even though it's a public school, she still has an expensive uniform we have to buy along with the other things necessary for her schooling. There are many expenses associated with this. If we are talking about right now, she already has her winter midterm preparation fee that we have to pay for. We really have to be a bit more responsible with how we are spending money.
Hold on for a minute. I thought Ashley got admitted based on a referral. She didn't.
She did, but she's studying just in case the time comes when she has to take an entrance exam.
If that's the case, aren't you using a bit too much money on Ashley for this school stuff?
Are you being serious right now? Everything I spend money on for Ashley is completely necessary. It's all for her future.
So are you saying I shouldn't be using any of the money?
No, I'm not saying you shouldn't be using it. I'm just saying you're using it too much on wasteful things. They aren't necessary expenses, right? It's not like if you don't go out for dinner or drinks, you'll die.
I work my butt off every day to provide for the both of you. I deserve to spend my money the way I please. What's so bad about that? I deserve that much.
Right, of course. I'm grateful for how much you work for us. Thank you. But I work too. I take care of everything here at home, don't I? When you think of it like that, we are working together to support this family. Are we not?
Aren't I the one who actually brings money in for this family? It takes more effort on my end.
Of course you bring in more money. That's a given fact.
Right. So, before you make any complaints about the way I'm using the money, why don't you take a look at yourself and how you're using money?
What? I'm not wasting our money at all. Every purchase I make is for the family.
Yes, you are. Do you really think it's only me? You're always using the heater, and on top of that, you have it on the highest setting. You run up our utility bills. Have you put any thought into how much they increased because of that? The gas and electric bills are insane this winter.
What you are saying makes no sense. The heat is something we need. We are in the middle of the winter, Mark. Do you really think that's a legitimate comparison? It's below freezing outside. You'd rather us not use the heater at all even when it's this cold?
You'll be fine if you wear a few layers. It shouldn't be a problem, right?
There's a limit to how much you can wear and how warm you can get because of it. Be realistic. There's no way I can properly do the housework in a cold room.
Don't be ridiculous. I remember you doing housework in the past during cold periods like this just fine. We live in a house that rarely gets cold air coming in through cracks or doors, so you'll be okay. I'm sure you can manage.
I think what you're asking is a bit too ridiculous for me to do. Even then, we have Ashley to think about. Do you really want her studying inside of a freezing cold house? What are you going to do if she catches a cold or gets sick?
She will be fine. Make sure she wears a few layers of long-sleeve clothes, too. If she does that, she won't catch a cold.
Are you really being serious with this right now? I can't believe what you're saying.
Okay, you're right. It's okay if you run the heater in Ashley's room, but that's the only place I want the heater used from now on. Every other room in the house will remain without heat.
Okay, but Ashley also spends time in the living room. She isn't just in her room all day.
If it's so cold, then why don't you tell her to just stay in her room? Even though you just sit at home all day without working, you have the nerve to complain? Remember, it is your fault that things are ending up like this. It's all your fault, so don't question me for responding the way that I am. You should have kept your mouth shut.
Mark, what time are you coming home today?
I'm not telling you.
Why are you being difficult? Just tell me. I have to prepare dinner. Having it ready in time becomes harder when you don't tell me what time you're coming.
The only reason you're asking is because you're scheming something, aren't you?
What? Scheming? What are you talking about? When would I even have time to do that?
Y'all are trying to count down from the time I leave work. I already know what you're doing. You're using the heater, aren't you?
No, we are not.
Nope, I already know you are. You're trying to gauge the time I leave work so you can have it off before I get home. On top of that, the living room is always a bit warm when I get home. Did you think I wouldn't notice?
Okay, and so what if we are using it?
Didn't I tell you not to use the heater? I'm pretty sure I made myself very clear, Alice. Why don't you just do what I say and wear a few layers to keep yourself warm?
There's no way I can really do something like that and still live comfortably. Are you serious? It's snowing outside, for God's sake. Can't you see how cold it is?
Okay, so what? I said what I said.
Not using a heater in this type of weather will inevitably make us sick. If we get sick, we will have to go to the hospital, which will use up more money. Wouldn't that amount to more money than the use of the heater? Is that what you want?
Again, wear layered clothing. That's why I said it. If you do that, you'll be warm and you will not get sick.
And like I said, there's a limit to that. You really can't think calmly about this and come up with another solution.
Then how about wearing your snowboarding gear? It's proven that you won't get cold wearing that. I mean, you spend long periods of time at the top of snow-filled mountains with that gear. That'll work. Do you disagree?
I've had enough of this. If I can't do it, I can't do it. I will not be sitting in my house cold, wearing layers to stay warm. No. Ashley and I don't even run up the electricity bill using the heater. We don't keep it on all day. At the very least, let us use it even if it's for a few hours.
I did say you could use it in Ashley's room, didn't I? That should be enough.
And I'm telling you that is not enough. The rest of the house is freezing, Mark. It sucks being in a cold room while eating dinner or watching TV. There's nothing comfortable about it. If it was just me, I could tolerate this. But the fact that you're putting Ashley through this as well is unforgivable. Do not put our child through this.
Well, if the living room is so cold, then that can easily be solved by eating in Ashley's room. Simple.
You're saying all of this even though you use the heater as you wish once you get home? Even worse, the amount of money you spend going out is much higher than the bill accumulated by using the heater. What sense does this make?
I'm the one working. I can do what I want. As someone who's home all day and doesn't work, don't expect to live in luxury. Also, just to let you know, I'll be using a security camera in the house from now on.
Wait, what?
Now I'm really going to see whether or not you're using the heater when I'm gone. Try hiding it now. With this, you won't be able to lie your way out of the accusation. I'll have proof.
Do you even have the money to buy something like that? If you do, can't you afford to let us use the heater? Why would you waste money on that? At this point, you're just doing this out of spite, aren't you? It has nothing to do with the bill increases.
Shut up. You're so annoying. I've already made up my mind on this matter. If I find out that you use the heater, I'm not giving you any money to spend for yourself. If you really, really want to use the heater, I'll let you. But first, get on your knees and apologize. Get on your knees and say, please go out with your coworkers and drink as much as you want. I'm sorry.
What meaning is there in me doing something like that? What is wrong with you?
Obviously, it'll make me feel better. It's your fault for not being able to calculate our bills and savings correctly. Like I said before, the household finances is your job. If you don't want to involve Ashley, then take full responsibility for your fault in this. Ashley, your mom isn't answering her phone. Is she there with you? What are you two up to?
Hi, Dad. Are you just now getting back home? Were you out drinking again?
Of course. This is also a part of my job, so it's something that needs to be done. Why are you even worried about it? My drinking doesn't matter. It's pitch dark in your room right now and no one is here. Where are you two? You're definitely not in this house, so tell me.
Mom was just picked up by the ambulance and is on her way to the hospital.
Wait, what? She got picked up by the ambulance? What happened? What hospital?
I'm not telling you. Don't come anywhere near us. I'd rather die than have scum like you near my mom.
Ashley, you better watch your mouth. Who do you think you are to be calling your father scum? Where'd you even learn to say something like that?
Just shut up. No matter how you look at it, you're scum. If you act like it, you are it, and that is who you are. It's your fault that my mom suddenly collapsed and is in the hospital.
What? How is that my fault? What did I do? She fell ill because she wasn't taking proper care of her health. That has nothing to do with me.
Mom hasn't been feeling well for days now, but she kept pushing. She's had a high fever and has been struggling every day.
Okay, and how is that my fault?
It's your fault because you forbid her from using the heater and made her stay in that cold house. Because of that, her health has been gradually getting worse. Today, her temperature was so high that she collapsed and was rushed away by the ambulance. It's your fault she ended up like this.
Why did she let herself get so bad? It's her fault because she didn't do anything about it. She just suffered in silence. She should have taken better care of herself.
What? Are you being serious right now? Do you mean that? I cannot believe you. And you call yourself a father and husband? If you can't use the heater and are forced to stay in a room that is freezing below zero, it's obvious you'd end up like this. Are you really trying to blame this on Mom? It's her own fault that she got sick?
I told her she could use the heater in your room, so yeah. She chose to be in the cold living room when there was another option. Even though she had that option, she decided to stay sick and do nothing about her health. Whose fault is that?
Where is the logic in what you are saying? What is wrong with you? She didn't use my room because she did not want to risk me catching a cold while I'm preparing for my exams. And because of that, she was stuck in the living room spending her time in the cold. She had no choice because of you. It is your fault that she was stuck in that cold room, and it is your fault that her health got so bad.
But I didn't tell her not to use it if she wasn't feeling well. She could have used it if that was the case.
So now you want to say that? It doesn't matter what you say after the fact. You can say anything at this point to try to save face. You even went to the point of buying a camera to watch her and make sure she wasn't using the heater. You expect me to believe you would have been okay with her using it because she was sick? Give me a break. You're a little out of your mind.
I only told her she couldn't use the heater as a response to her complaining about money. All of this could have been avoided if she had just apologized like I told her to. I would have forgiven her. She wanted to be stubborn and not apologize. So this is her own fault.
Mom already told me about how this whole thing started, and it's obvious that it is all your fault. You go out drinking every day and try to make us save money that isn't even available to save.
How does that make sense when you keep using the money we are supposed to save? Adding your stupidity to the freezing cold temperatures? That is why Mom collapsed. I'm so disappointed in you. It sucks knowing this kind of person is my father.
Okay, relax. I'll apologize to her. Tell me what hospital you're at. Since it was an emergency transport, she must be at the Center City Hospital, right?
Didn't I tell you not to come? Neither me nor Mom wants you coming here. It wouldn't serve a purpose for any of us. She doesn't want to see your face nor hear your voice. Your presence alone is enough to make her health even worse.
I want to see her. I'm worried. You don't have to say everything the way you just did. That's a bit much.
No one will be happy to be worried about by someone who is constantly looking down on them. You're not really worried at all. On top of that, she can recover better if you're not around. And just to let you know, even if Mom forgives you, I could never forgive you for this. You are truly a horrible person. I can only see you for the scum that you are. You're nothing to me. If at all possible, I don't even want to go back to that house again if it means you're in it. I refuse to live with you.
I get that you're mad, but the way you've been talking to me this whole time is not acceptable. I told you before that you need to watch your mouth. If this is the way you two want to act, then I'm done with this. Don't even think about coming back home until the both of you apologize. Make sure you tell your mother that too. Hey, Alice. How long are you going to be playing this game of not coming home? The housework is piling up. You need to come take care of it. Even the laundry is overflowing.
I'm not home, so please do it yourself.
What? Have you lost your mind? Do you think I'll be nice to you for much longer just because you got sick and collapsed? If you feel better, hurry up and bring your butt back to this house. You already got released from the hospital, didn't you?
There's no way I'm going back to live in that house with you. So please take care of yourself and your own messes.
Woman, what are you even saying right now? If you're not coming here, then where are you going to live?
I'm going back to stay with my parents. Actually, I'm already here. Me and Ashley are going to be living here from now on.
Stop with this nonsense. I never once said it was okay for us to live apart. Who has a wife that doesn't come home nor clean? If you're set on doing this, I'll divorce you. You better think twice. Are you okay with being thrown away like a piece of garbage?
Yup, that's okay with me. So let's get it over with. Let's get a divorce.
Hold on. Wait. You're serious? You want to get a divorce?
Yes, I'm really tired of putting up with you. I'm over it. Ashley feels the same way, but I believe you already know that. I'm just glad you want to get a divorce as well. It makes things easier. Let's do the paperwork as soon as possible. I can't wait to get this over with.
Wait, Alice. I didn't really mean that. Won't it be problematic for you if we get a divorce?
I think you're confused. There will be nothing problematic about it for me. On the contrary, I'll be happier for it. I'm already happy just thinking about it.
Okay, you can stop putting on a front now. How are you going to afford to live without me? You don't work and have no money to pay for anything. Didn't you say there's going to be a lot to pay for once Ashley goes to high school? How can you do anything with just the two of you living alone? It's not feasible.
Yeah, it sucks because I'll have to rely on my parents for a little bit, but that's okay. I plan on getting a job myself, so we will be okay.
No, I'm not buying it. Raising our daughter in a home without a father will prove too difficult and hard to manage.
And you think living with you is better? Being with you is 10 times worse than that. You don't even bring in that much money, but you have the nerve to waste money on stupid things and tell me I can't use a heater. What kind of environment is that to live in? Plus, my parents' house is closer to the high school Ashley will be going to anyway, so it works out. No matter how you think about it, it'll be much more convenient for us to split up, wouldn't you say?
Alice, what are you saying? There's no way I can do the work of a housewife. How is this better for me? Whatever. He'll be coming back crying to me soon anyway.
You won't have to worry about that. It won't happen. It just so happens that my dad's friend, the president of the company, was just looking for an accountant. The timing could not have been better. He came to my dad asking if I'd like the position. It's perfect because my career is in accounting.
Yeah, but how many years ago was that? It can't be relevant anymore.
You're right. The last time I worked was before having Ashley. It wasn't a real job, but there were times when I'd go help out at his company with the accounting details. You remember that, don't you? I told you a few times throughout the year that I was going to help my dad's friend with some work.
How can an old hag like you help with anything?
If he believed that, he wouldn't have reached out. Obviously, hiring me has some merit in it for him.
There's no way I'm letting you do something so selfish. I'm tired of this. Bring yourself home now. If you come home now, you can use the heater whenever and however you like.
What are you saying? I'm telling you I want a divorce because I have no feelings for you anymore. Don't you get that? Forget about the heater. I don't want to be with you. Why would you think you saying I can use the heater would make me want to come back? Is the heater the only thing you can offer me? I guess that is the only attractive thing about you right now. If it's a heater I need, I can use the one in my parents' house as much as I'd like.
So what am I supposed to do then?
I don't know, and honestly, I don't care. Figure that out yourself.
I've been the one providing for this family. Do you really think I'll go through with this divorce just because you said so?
Aren't you the one who said you will divorce me if I don't come back home? So it's clear you also have thoughts of divorcing. Am I wrong? Don't tell me you were only saying that as a threat.
I mean, it wasn't really a threat, but it wasn't really serious either. I never thought you'd actually agree to a divorce. Considering I've been providing for you without us having to face any financial hardships, I never thought divorce would be on your mind. I feel like I was just stabbed in the back by my best friend.
That way of thinking is exactly why I want to divorce you. All you've done is cause financial hardship. Everything you do adds up. You spend money every day going out to drink, wasting your salary. That made it almost impossible for us to have any money to live off of. Every day was a struggle, and your attitude didn't help. Just to get money together for Ashley's school trips, I had to take one-off jobs. Are you really trying to say we had no financial hardships? I don't care what you say at this point. I have no interest in listening. Living with someone like you is impossible, and I refuse to do it. I can no longer put up with it. No matter how many lives I'm given, it wouldn't be enough to justify a life with you.
The only reason I ever mentioned the heater is because you worried about our savings and expenses. I was just trying to help. I wasn't really serious when I told you not to use it. I didn't think you'd really listen.
Are you saying this even though you bought cameras to spy on me and make sure I wouldn't? What kind of fool do you take me for? No matter what you say at this point, it won't change anything. I don't want you. The least you can do as a man is take responsibility for the things you say.
Okay, I get it. Alice, I am sorry for everything I've done. You can use the heater whenever you want and I'll stop going out to drink. How's that sound? That's better, right?
No. Like I said, I want a divorce.
Alice, I apologized. What's the problem? What are you so agitated about?
Literally everything about you. Starting with this exact attitude. I'm constantly telling you I don't want to be with you. Why don't you understand that? You could get on your hands and apologize for all I care. I still wouldn't forgive you. Oh, and Ashley feels the exact same, so don't try to approach her. We both know we will be much happier after completely separating from you.
Living with me should be enough happiness and stability for you. Why aren't you seeing that?
Wait, Mark. Are you really trying to tell me that living with someone who forces you to stay in a freezing cold house without a heater is a valid way of living? I'm supposed to feel stability and happiness from that?
How is there any stability in that kind of situation?
Didn't I say you can use the darn heater?
Do you really think my complaints end with that? Mark, that is far from the only issue. I've been putting up with a whole lot this time. I finally reached my limit and cannot put up with it anymore, so I'm ending things. No matter what you say, I'm divorcing you.
Alice, I'm sorry. I am really sorry. Please just come back home. Without you here, there is no one to do the housework. The rooms are dirty and the laundry just keeps piling up. I don't know what to do.
Then why don't you hire a maid? I believe that's a bit more fitting for your situation.
Alice, think about it. We've been together for over 10 years now. You really don't have any feelings for me after all of this time together? Can you really just end our relationship this easily?
No, I don't. The reason I don't is all due to your actions. Also, please don't refer to us as a family. We aren't. Neither me nor Ashley see you as family. How about you finally stop your crap and realize we'd be better off if you weren't here? After that, my husband and I divorced, and Ashley and I are peacefully living at my parents'. My husband is still in disbelief about the divorce. So much so that he stopped going out drinking with his coworkers. I heard he now goes straight home every day after work and locks himself in the house. If he's okay with not going out to drink, he should have stopped doing it while Ashley and I were still living in the house. This whole thing could have been avoided had he done so. All of this happened because of his superiority complex and constant belittling of us both. He never stopped looking down on us. From now on, I'll be sure to receive child support for Ashley. With the reality of this divorce, I'm hoping he will begin to behave in a way that is more befitting of a father. That being said, Ashley was successfully accepted into her new high school and I began working at my new job. I already had experience with this work since I'd help out here and there by way of my dad. Because of that, it's a really comfortable work environment full of familiar faces. I plan on working hard so that Ashley never has to struggle. I am thankful to be living every day 10 times happier than before, and am determined to enjoy life with my family. Thanks for watching! If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and follow. As always, thank you for your support.